This game was meant to be an educational one. It's like my son was watching, and I was planning to have a easy win, which usually happens against GNUGo. This time it didn't happen, so it was really an educational game. It's maybe just who gets educated. That's another question. And it turns out that there was a clear mistake at the end that caused this very last jump. And that's, well, okay, there were many other issues there, but it's probably just worth looking at the very last one. Let's go through the game quickly. It takes exactly 2 minutes at this speed. I hope it's not too fast. You can still see something about the game. Well, it's clearly when the green patch is missed by the game move. That's where the AI thinks we made a mistake. But other than that, the whole game is not that exciting to go into the detail. I just want to see the point where the mistake was made. Let's just forget about all the other mistakes made in the game. Let's just look at this very final one. So I thought this was the end game already, and I just made this end game move, just connecting up there, and well, you see a couple of more of these endgame moves, and it's like losing by 5.5. So let's just go back here when the computer says that I'm winning. It's more than 99% chance of winning. So let's see what's the proper way of ending this game and winning it. What was the missed opportunity? So the number you see here is the estimated score at the end. So that's not the winning probability, it's not the win rate. But okay, it is it's more than clear that which one is the right move. And it seems that something in the top left corner will happen. So let's have a look. If I make this move, we have green for this, so black starts a call. And now what should white do? Okay, is this really a core threat? That's oh yes, it is, because if it's ignored, then well, it's trouble. Okay, so that's a good go threat. So black has to take that, and now we can retake. And at this point, black is sort of realizing that, this can be cut off. And it's just the square of these 4 points, which is not alive yet. You need 2 moves. So which one shall we do? Well, it doesn't really matter. Let's wait a little bit. Well, black needs 2 moves anyway. To this one. And sure, white kills. So now the core is way more important. And I guess, yeah, this is the point where white can use this core to do something interesting elsewhere. And that elsewhere is the top left corner. So let's just wait a little bit until the search figures out which one is the better way to go. Well, I'm just relying on the color code here and the number of visits. Okay, so let's do this one. And now black has to connect. Just ignore this core thread. Okay, and now, of course, we can just take this. I find this one easier to see. Okay. And I think that's about it. So the rest is just other endgame moves, probably not changing the score. So let's just have a look. And it's like, yes, white wins by 22.5 points. Okay, so the thing was that I missed this thread on this black group, which I could use to gain more territory here. So if I compare this view with that one, yes, of course, that's the big deal here. Okay, well, that's a clear message. There was a core thread there, and I could use that to gain more territory elsewhere. Well, that's a simple lesson. GNUGo didn't see this one as well, or did it? Well, that's an interesting question. What GNUGo can see and in what sense? But knowing that this move was missed a couple of times, that's probably that also GNUGo cannot calculate this exactly. Anyway, that's the story here. There was a threat, and I could use that to start the call and gain territory elsewhere. Very nice and simple. What is the conclusion here? What did I learn from this AI analysis? So it's like looking at this board position. What did I miss exactly? Well, now it's clear that I thought that these 2 white stones were dead, and that's just black's territory. But it turns out that these black stones are actually quite vulnerable. So I could have attacked them. And of course, using the core here, that was a good opportunity. to do that. So this is something that next time I should see clearly, that this is not finished yet, this part, which is it's a quite sensible conclusion. So this time, yet another idea that I could learn from the AI, and of course yet another lost game, but good progress anyway.